Bonus, and on hit you roll an additional 3 damage dice.
Wow.
Alrighty.
What the hell?
Yeah. So, would you believe that group 4 and 3 have been dealing with these for probably the last 20 sessions?
Jesus.
You know, it would make a lot more sense why some of the enemies seem so unbeatable if people were fighting with things like this.
Yeah.
Because 18 plus dex is already crazy.
Where are you guys seeing this?
This is the Vestige of the Nahuatl handout for the new weapon that Loki apparently just pulled out of Tequila's gun. Apparently Tequila's gun had this weapon, was hiding this weapon, and it was and that was what was giving Tequila the radiant damage changing the damage type of the weapon to radiant.
Wait, we have one of them right now?
Yeah, he has one of them right there. Tequila has... Loki has given Tequila one of them, which you've apparently had this whole time.
So he was essentially using it in, like, a form, kind of.
Yeah, so... We'll get into it in a second. I also did hear the recap Tequila Lizard you gave. Phenomenal. 95% correct. The only thing I will say is that Poseidon has a part of the army. He pulled 100 soldiers out of Vukarik's volcano, and he has a part of that army.
Yeah. I also think there was something else that I missed there, but not about the army, but about something else in the session, but I don't remember.
The vestiges are what's been giving you the ability to see the victims of the gun, and you have the ability to pull those victims out of the weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking maybe there was some big thing with Livid that I'm forgetting.
Oh, didn't we all get like a moment on our ship to discuss some stuff? Or like?
I mean, yeah, you have a whole time lapse as we're doing a travel sequence, which would involve, and this conversation and you all getting the vestige would happen before you actually make it to this demon wall, the blockade. But with that, I think we can get started, seeing as we have everyone. Finally, I think it's been like 5 sessions where we haven't had everyone. But all right, welcome everybody to session. This one was a weird one for me to type out because it's session 24 for group 5, but it's session 42 for group 2. But how's everyone doing today?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, not great. I pulled an all-nighter to be here.
Yeah, you really should stop doing that. I feel like there should be some like hindsight, like just my 2 cents. But what would I know? I'm pulling an all-nighter to be at work tomorrow.
Did you see the new Pixar movie? Very good, very visually stunning. If you guys haven't seen.
Oh, which one is that? The
Elio.
Oh, Elio. Yeah. Okay, I didn't think that was out yet. Interesting.
Yeah, it was really good.
It did not
Awesome.
get advertised at all, from what I heard.
Oh, really?
I feel like it's very it's very original. Like it's a completely new thing. I think right now, brand new stuff is getting like it's not better than I think older original things, but like for what Pixar's been making, I think it's really great. Like very new, very fresh, very visually, just like setting a new standard. I think, in my opinion, at least.
Did we mention that this stream is sponsored by Pixar? No, I'm kidding. All right.
Imagine getting sponsored by Pixar.
Imagine if I get paid for this.
But instead, we get to say swear words. Doesn't that balance out?
Yeah.
Yes, it fucking does.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So I would say where did we leave off last session? But it sounded like a pretty decent recap of last session. You all had, we kind of went over what happened the session prior, involving the Aesir, your victory on Vukarik, and the immediate 180 as Poseidon arrives. I'm gonna move my mic real quick closer to me. As Poseidon arrived, just as Odin was getting visions of seeing Asgard, the capital city of the Aesir, being sundered by demon lords, having been abandoned by the Aesir fleet that had made their crusade to here. Oh, the consequences. And just as they saw this omen, Poseidon arrived, destroying the rest of the Aesir fleet, just drowning them all as they were attempting to just simply dock on the side of the volcano and camp out until the next day, where they were going to move on to Turglass. No need to actually settle down, make a settlement or anything. A few other things happened. A few more things happened, which we'll get into. But eventually, the Aesir decided they're going to use Heimdall to make their way to the Deviat, which is the Dragonborn, which is like the Deviat is Heimdall's people. He is a Dragonborn, and he is returning to his people. Whereas you all, alongside Balder, which is a new addition from the session prior, you all, alongside Balder, are going to be making your way to Ampharina. Some of you are going to complete your quests, a couple of quests, in fact, which I believe one of them is still needs to be done, but and the other, and some of you are returning to family with a deep sigh, but. And the addition of Balder is because the Aesir would like to send a representative of the people of Niflheim and the Aesir. And you were both given the option of Thor and Balder, and you all seem to choose Balder. But with that, you are now. There was a travel sequence. There was a bit of discussion with Lokir and Tequila involving his weapon. Loki gave him Jormungandr as well, a tiny little snake familiar that now lives in Tequila's suit, just constantly there. And Freyr gave Citrine a ring. And if ever Citrine needs to speak with Freyr, or if ever needs his aid again, to just use the ring, and that'll somehow help. And then you all passed through the border with a series of checks and are now making your way to Ampharina. But before that, we're gonna cycle back and go through a little montage of small events that also kind of happened during this that we didn't really get to last session. Starting with Myra. This goes back all the way to the beginning, to the end of the long rest, as you all kind of returned back up to the castle to begin your meeting with the Aesir. Upon your return, after doing some minor shopping, a figure that approaches you, 8 foot tall dragonborn in spiky, what looks to be platinum armor, is Heimdall. In his hand, it seems to be this small, I would say small, but it's still pretty decently large metallic chain, still slightly glowing with this little fiery embers, but seems to be completely encased in this like charcoal black. As he looks to you and he says, "The battle here is won. We have been victorious in this combat. In my culture, it is customary for the metals of our enemies to be welded, worn as trophies, but also as reminders. You had shown great disdain and anger towards this demon that had done you wrong, and so I offer this tribute to you." And you see on his left forearm, he too seems to have this another section of what looks to be now Vukarik's chain, as it is wrapped around his massive guard on his arm.
I think she will very carefully take it, and sort of slowly work to affix it to the outside of her spell book.
Oh, okay.
Almost to function as a way to like secure it to herself.
Gotcha. He would definitely, if you were willing, he'd offer to like help you with it.
Yeah.
As he kind of just like it's kind of easy to just like stab a bit of his like claw into the leather to like kind of affix the chain to it, and helps you kind of like clip it to your side. As he then steps back and gives a fist to the side of his chest and gives a dip, and then silently walks away.
Yeah, she just thanks him and gives a very formal elven bow.
Okay. With that I believe is the only thing that I wanted to recap actually in Vukarik's castle. But now we go outside of Vukarik's castle. Almost immediately as soon as you are leaving. So after the discussion about this separation from Vukarik's between the Aesir court and yourselves, the Aesir use Heimdall to teleport away to Niflheim, potentially, hopefully, preserving the Everstream, the source of magic with it, that the Aesir use. While you split off in one direction from the rest of the Aesir court's dragons, which lure Poseidon away off in a different direction as you continue to sail in another. Church.
Yes.
You are kind of helping train Champ a bit with using the aid of your new graviturgy gloves that you have fastened from Maelfesh's remains, and watch as the dragons disappear on the horizon. As you are leaving Vukarik's castle, your eyes drift. A feeling you are being watched pulls your sight back to Vukarik's castle, where standing on the island, just watching you all go, is this tall humanoid figure. This lack of color on his complexion that gives off the appearance of stone, and the head of a jackal. This scepter-like cane held in his hand as he watches you go.
And when I make eye contact with whatever this is, do I get a sense of anything more than just what made me turn? Like once the contact has been made and it's kind of established that I'm looking in that direction, do I get, is there, because we're
You,
already on the spring wind at this point, yeah?
yeah, you're already on the
Okay.
spring wind. You're flying away from Vukarik's castle. You're about like maybe 100 feet away from the actual castle by now, and you just see him. It doesn't look like anyone else can see him. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. Let's see. First roll of the day, let's make it a good one.
$26. Okay. So, and a 26 to insight, you kind of, there's almost this imposing omen of his appearance. It's been weeks, months since, well, weeks, since you have seen this figure. You don't know why exactly he's showing up now, but you remember what? You remember why he said he'd return.
Okay. And what was
All
that
those-
exactly that he had said about, like, if I saw him again? Because I don't recall actually, like, me personally, what he had told me.
The exact wording of what he had said is lost to the deleted Discord server that you guys were previously on. But it was a paraphrasing of basically, there will come a time when all of Cerdonia will unite to face this threat, what you've come to know as the Chained Oblivion. And when he arrives, you kind of get this omen, this presence that perhaps it's almost time.
That the doom is impending, that day is coming. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of a late omen, but
I would say that in response to this, I would start, like, I guess physically, like, trying to train myself really hard, like really hitting the calisthenics, like really doing some full body workouts in the room, like really just trying to lock myself in mentally if I'm seeing this and am aware of this sort of omen that it's bringing towards us.
Drew is glad he's
Okay.
in the other room while Church is walking out.
literally like 2 walls apart from each other. You can still just hear him like punching the wood of his walls as it like echoes
Very
throughout
rhythmic,
the entire
very
lower.
rhythmic as well, almost like a
Yeah.
modern. Yeah.
Okay. And that is another event gone by that happens as you all make your departure from the Springwind. Or not departure from the Springwind, departure from Vukarik's castle, and eventually you make your way to Maelfesh's volcano to recollect your fleet. The fleet of Nahuatl that you have at your disposal. Making sure they don't stay behind as you collect them from the shores and make your way to the border. Now, I think just one more thing happens during this time. And we don't really have to RP this if you don't want to, but Tequila. During this travel, you start to get to notice that Daisy confines herself to her living quarters a bit more than normal. More often than not, she kind of just like wanders the decks of the ships, kind of just not really doing a lot. But now she seems to just be confining herself to this one room in the Spring Wind. Petal and Citrine, being the ones also in that room, start to notice that she's tearing apart the destroyed remains of the monodrones, the duodrones, the tridrone that was on this ship at one point, and is crafting firearms. Just seeming to go work away at this weapons that are somewhat familiar craft and design to Tequila's pistol. But these ones, some of them are smaller and of very similar make. Others are larger and seem to give off a bit more like deadly appearance. As she's just sitting underneath of her hammock, just crafting away at these massive different devices. And she eventually does come to Tequila to show him her work, as she kind of shows you just this fucking arsenal that she has made, that she is able to use, which is more of like the spell crafting technology that you and Daisy had been trying to design way back when she was not dead the first time. They seem to just be replicas of all these different types of spells. She hasn't recreated. You have access to her character sheet, so you should be able to see just the full arsenal that she has made of all the different spells. She has this pistol that recreates the firebolt spell, set of gloves recreating cure wounds, this like hand grenade that recreates the shatter spell. It all looks very very like very artifice, very clunky, very much like reminiscent of like the artifice technologies that you were making back on the sands of Beator, but it is truly, it seems like she's just continuing her work where she left off. But
Good work. It's a good. If it's a shatter, oh my god.
yeah. She kind of shows you all of the different things. Like she has shatter, she has scorching ray, she has this little device on her arm that gives her invisibility, lesser restoration. She has this little like sidearm that can do magic missiles, hand grenades that do shatter and fairy fire and thunder wave. She's just been working tirelessly on all of these different weapons during her time of absence.
Nice. Beautiful.
But yeah. But with that, I think that was all of the small things. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do that hasn't been gone over during this travel time?
I mean, it's not an RP thing, but I would be spending a decent amount of time putting some of the spells that I wrote down.
I got you.
In my
Okay.
book.
I see. Yeah. All right. So, what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna have a little bit of unnecessary fun. It's a lot. That's a lot more foreboding than what actually is happening. So we have a bunch of new toys. You all have requested more in-action stuff with Daisy and Ralph, and you have this new person, Balder, on your crew. So to give you all an opportunity to see all of this new stuff in action, we are going to actually recreate that Arcana check that was done on during the travel sequence. So, for those that weren't there last session, one of the things that happened was during this travel through the border, instead of doing like a ton of combat, we had a series of checks and rolls to basically summarize how this you all make your way through the border. There were some stealth checks and some perception checks to basically try to sneak your way through the border, avoiding the demons in their wake. But eventually, the last check was an Arcana check, as we basically summarized a small combat in which the demons had eventually spotted you and made your way and began attacking the ship. So instead of just leaving that up to summarization, we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna do that combat. So, allow me to set the scene. First of all, Tequila, you have a nice new toy. Would you care to give that to anyone specific, or are you holding on to that?
I'm holding on to it.
Okay. You can go at, what form, if I may ask, would you be putting it in?
Probably just focus for now.
Okay. Makes sense. Alright. So, with that, you all are making your way through you all are making your way through the wall, having kind of perceived a small gap in this swarm of demons that is defending this wall of smoke and like mist that kind of shoots up in an impossibly large height. You have been able to kind of weave and bob through the different threats and the different demons. But eventually, I will ask everybody as well, as you can see the new map for this combat, to place yourselves where you think you would want to be during this combat. It is a little crowded, but I will let you... did I give you... Yeah, I did. Okay. Balder is going to place himself like...
You're on the very top. I'm normally towards the... So I'll be like right here.
I'm going to say I'm here, but I'm also on the broom ready to go up.
Okay.
Also,
Hold
if
on,
anyone
wait.
else would like to be on the broom, tell me now.
Hold on. I have
Lana, do you want to go up there? The double spell.
It did not turn out pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
that
right,
was
you guys.
because everybody
Back
was
together.
turning on each other the last time you were on the broom.
But also, the last time you were on the broom, you kept trying to hit me, and I don't have melee weapons. So, like... It could have been
Yeah,
worse.
Maybe Myra should be getting the vestige just so that she can use the focus, and then any time Hecate just turns on her, she could just just with the fucking weapon.
I'm
Bonker.
not trying to, I swear.
This is why Dispel
ask a-
Magic is
can I
on.
ask
This
a
is why I
question?
added Dispel Magic.
If
I'm
I'm-
silenced too, so I just.
If I'm levitating, can I use Champ as like a kickoff point to change my like direction
That's crazy.
horizontally? Like, would that be something we could do so we're like in the air in tandem?
The problem would be the fact that the ship is constantly moving.
That's true.
And
So I'd have
Champ
to
would
kick
not
really
be able
hard.
to physically, like, you start levitating and the ship just flies underneath of you, continuing as you are not moving.
I'm not gonna do it
And
now.
then Champ
I'm
would
just-
not
I
have
just-
the movement speed to keep up with that, unless he
that
was
makes
sprinting
sense.
unless he was dashing the entire time.
Just being useful as a footstool. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But would that be like something physically that like because it says I have to like
I
push
will
or
say
pull off of like a wall
like a
or
strength
something?
check from. I will say a strength check from Champ would be required, but if it's successful, then you're good.
Okay, good to know.
Alright.
Also, would I be going into this with all of my spell slots and such?
Yeah, you all have the benefits of a long rest. I don't think any invisibility or any other magic was used during this. So you would definitely still have access to your stuff.
Because that also means I can switch out some of my spells.
Alright. You all are kind of just sitting on high alert, awaiting to see as Cornelius is on the helm, kind of just piloting the ship. Who made the stealth check? It was Vic,
I think
right?
it was me. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to say because whoever made the stealth check and the perception check are helping navigate, you guys will have to be up with Cornelius.
Oh, okay.
Just because I think that makes the most sense.
Gotcha.
Right. So you are the two of you are kind of helping Cornelius navigate the ship. The other Inheriar have been stationed at the ballista in the rear end of the Spring Wind as the rest of you kind of coalesce on the main deck of the ship, kind of awaiting for shit to go south, as it always seems to do. And eventually, as Petal and Vic, you kind of are trying to help, a miscommunication of information happens, and you hear of a Varghul slamming into the front of the ship as you are kind of just fly straight into him, and like a bird to a windshield, kind of just smacks the front of the ship and falls. A deafening screech rings from the Varghul as it plummets to the ground, and this almost perfectly timed strike of lightning just streaks through the air as the silhouettes of tons and tons of demons become visible as they all see the Spring Wind and begin to wail and cry as they begin to lunge forward and try to make an attack on you. And with that, we are gonna roll initiative. I'm gonna get the music. This might be loud. All right, let me turn this down. There we go. It's like a decent volume.
7, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it always seems like It's either Vic and Hecate that always seem to have like the lowest rolls.
Yeah.
Vic, you had a decent roll this time.
Yeah,
around.
exactly. That's why I'm not complaining. I'm like, hell yeah.
Keep buffing each other.
Oh boy.
So I will give a visual for all of the demons we are going to have fun with today. Say hello to your friends.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad I took so many AoEs.
Okay. Drew, I noticed you
good.
rolled that twice. Drew, I noticed you rolled initiative twice. Are we giving ourselves advantage at some about? Actually, you know what? So you all are kind of expecting for this to go wrong and seeing all of the demons before they even attack, before they even notice you. I will say you guys can roll with advantage on this. Not even like any sort of like magical buff, just in general. Seems accurate to say.
Put the boy on me. Okay. Ooh, let's do another one then. Much better.
Damn. Okay, so that was the Inheriar. You roll for the other. Oh, I didn't have that on loop. There we go.
Okay. Let's see.
For the Nabasu. 13.
Chain Master.
For the shadows. Wow, okay. I'm just loving nines. For the Casmi.
Oh, I was measuring that wrong.
And for the Nabasu. I think I did use I think I did use the Nabasu. Okay. So. Alright, I think that's all of the antagonists. Let me roll for Balder, let me roll for Daisy, and let me roll for Ralph. Okay, so that's an 18. Ralph, and then I think that's everything. Okay. So I think we're all good to get started. So with that, we get to the top of the round. Oh no. I'm sorry, Drew. A tiebreaker, Dex, a Dex tiebreaker. Means Ralph is gonna go first.
No.
So, the start of everything kind of begins to crash as shit hits the fan, and it seems very evident that the demons are going to be attacking the ship. Ralph just looks and just goes, God damn it, and just rushes over to this side of the ship, where he is going to make a series of knife attacks towards this Varghul here. So we're gonna start with Schwing. A 22 and 23 are both going to hit. These are both, so that's 12 piercing damage, 8 fire damage for a solid 20. And as he reaches into his trench coat as it billows behind him and just throws these knives at the Varghul. And as he does, the knives then kind of just stick out from the, pull themselves free from the Nabasu, and begin and continue to kind of just float there. I will be using, these are just going to be flying daggers that kind of just hover and attack, and are just hovering within the space. That is going to be his turn, as I was quickly realizing I don't have a token for the flying daggers yet. Drew, now it is your turn.
Hooray! Alright, so what can I do? Let's go. You know what? Since nobody's hurt, I'm gonna just use the spell I never use. Period Guardian.
Oh,
God
okay.
damn it. Cool.
Alright, that is a 15-foot radius of you. Put that here, 15. Ooh. Alright, so that...
No friendly fire.
So now people can't get within melee range of you.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
Starry form.
Alright. Oh, I do have a token for, like, an actual thing for these. Alright, what form are we taking? What form are we taking for the starry form? Arrow? Or archer? Okay. It's a bonus action. Okay, so I'm assuming you can't do that this round yet. Or you can. Okay. A 19 going towards who? Towards that guy. Okay, awesome. And this is just 8 radiant damage. You still have a damage modifier for your moonsicle currently active. Just saying. All right, he is going to take that. That is a hit. All right, I'm going to assume that is the end of your turn. Vic.
Let's see. I'm gonna use Ice Storm. Here. And let's do it. I only have two. Sorry, refresher. For a Warlock, how many spell slots do I have? I only have 2, right?
You should only have 2, yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'll do a level 9. I want to do level 9. Fuck it, I'll do it. Level 9. And I'm gonna do it.
Is this? Oh shit, okay. 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and, like, select that area that you want.
20-foot radius. Let me...
20-foot radius. Oh, you are just sending that... Wait, did you say this was 9th level?
Yeah.
That's absolutely not
Did I
correct.
do that?
Hold on.
I don't know if it's right. I'm sorry.
So no. 9th
Yeah, I was
level
about
is
to
the
say that.
highest level you can possibly have as a spellcaster. It would not be possible, and I wish
I don't know. It's just
your character sheet would load properly for me to take a look at this. It looks like you are just using. I think it should. God, come on. This.
Want me to screenshot it?
If we're level 9, it should be a 5th level slot that you.
It should be a 5th level, yeah.
Oh, I see. So, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I did the wrong thing. My bad, guys.
Okay, it's only so it's only heightened to 5th level.
Let me do 5th level then.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Here you go. Here's a real one. Oh no! Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunate. Okay, so it's still a decent amount of damage. So, why don't I make a small shape real quick?
Let's do whatever is the best option for it. What?
Just for visual sake, I'm gonna do
A bit more south, and then it'd be fine.
Kind of just here.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Wait, can you make it to a little bit on the left? Let's see if I can get that
you
one
want
guy
it
to the
closer
left.
to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without hitting anyone, of course. Yeah.
That literally like grazes you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a dex save from 5 Vargul, 3 Shades, a Nabasu, and a Kazmi. I don't think it really matters for the Vargul, but I'm gonna give him a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think one save. One makes it. It doesn't really matter because 25 damage halved still one-shots all of the Vargul, who are at 9 HP. So you kind of just like, you kind of raise your hand to the ground and just you use the storm that billows within this wall to conceal this ice storm spell that shoots down this condensed ice that shoots down onto the Vargul. They immediately just all take giant ice shards to the foreheads and just fall to the ground in piles of mist as they descend into the water. Shadows. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. They all fail. So they too kind of just disappear as like their entire forms. You kind of see the ice kind of just phase through them and kind of just leave these pockets in their gaseous forms, and they all just and eventually there's just enough ice that the entire form kind of just dissipates entirely. The Kazmi and the Vargul, the Kazmi and the Nabasu are going to be a little bit different stories.
Yeah, absolute bitches.
These guys have magical resistance.
Oh man.
Which means they have advantage on this attack, this saving throw. Which the Kazmi still fails. Taking 26. Go ahead and make a perception check real quick.
Check. Nice.
On 20. You notice they have a resistance to cold damage, as the damage mostly comes from the fact that giant shards of ice are stabbing into them like daggers, more than the piercing, frothing cold of the ice stalactites are emitting from them in general. So they are going to take 11 bludgeoning damage and 7 cold.
All right.
Meanwhile, the Nabasu are gonna save, and you kind of also see this resistance to cold on them as well.
Good to know.
So they are going to take 5 bludgeoning. Seven, then 3 cold damage. All right, is that your turn?
And that's it. Can I, for a bonus action, can I prep to fly as a raven and relocate? Is that okay?
You can use your bonus action to give your raven an action, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna send my raven back to Hecate just in case I need to fall back there.
Okay. That should be fine. You are also... Oh, this has no duration. It's just a one-off spell, so...
Yeah.
This is going to dissipate, and you... The raven has 30 feet fly?
That's fine. Somewhere around there. Fine.
He can make it over to Daisy, Myra, Drew, Church, any of these guys on the deck. It's not gonna have the distance to make it to Hecate just yet.
I'm just gonna be right next to Daisy then.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I am
Next up is the Chasme. So, let me just verify. Yeah. Alright, so this Chasme doesn't like being poked. This Chasme is going for the biggest thing on the ship. This Chasme is going for these guys. And this Chasme is going over here. So that is going to be just one attack from all 4 of these. One of them is going after Vic, one of them is going after Petal, one after Balder, and one is going to sting at this Inheriar here on the bottom left.
Do the ones going after Vic and Balder trigger the Spirit Guardian?
You know what? They would. Let me verify. So that is a so he's just gonna but this guy's gonna keep this guy's gonna stay on Balder. That where is that? Isn't if you are evil, you cast a spell. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area when the creature enters for the first time. Must make a wisdom saving throw. On a fail, they take 3d8 radiant damage. You are good aligned, yes? Church, or at least neutral. I'm imagining you're not evil aligned.
Yes, I'm definitely
not Church. Sorry, Drew.
Me, yeah.
Okay, so this guy is gonna make a wisdom saving throw. 17. Your save says 16. Is that correct?
It's 19.
It's 19. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he fails, and he is going to take. You rolled 16. Which is going to be doubled to 32. As he winces in pain, as he screeches in pain, but still tries to get in this attack here. So that is going to be an attack. So I'm going to start with the one on Vic. 14.
That misses.
Oh, is that not?
That's my armor class is 14. So.
Yeah, so it meets beats.
Oh, damn it. Never mind. My bad.
Do you want to use your reaction?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. You appear, you kind of like send your raven out to be like, and are just hoping that he'll get to Hecate. But then when you teleport, you see Hecate, but realize you're 10 feet above the main deck of the ship as you just begin to fall.
God damn it.
But the attack misses.
Perfect.
Next up is the one on Petal. A 15.
Gonna go
What is
ahead.
that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong
that-
ability. One above it.
Okay. When you're hit by an attack, you can use a reaction to gain a bonus of AC. Okay, so so it kind of just misses as you kind of hold up your arms in this arcanic defense, and this stinger on their face kind of just scrapes off of this arcane ward in front of you. Next up is Balder. He's gonna go in for a sting. 10 is gonna miss. Kind of just like the stinger kind of lunges forward, but then the incinerating damage from Drew's Spirit Guardians kind of just wavers its direction, and it kind of just gets completely misses from the attack. And then next is the Enheriar. So that is going to be a 22. It's going to hit for... Is this magical? I don't think it is. So this Enheriar is just taking 10 necrotic. All right. With that, the Casmi is going to immediately backpedal away from Balder, who is going to make an attack of opportunity. .22 is going to hit for 16 bludgeoning damage. All right. Have that. And then that's going to be the end of their turn. Church.
All right.
What is this thing you put on yourself? It's just a bunch of squiggles.
That is the swarm. I have a flock of birds. A small miniature flock of birds surrounding me.
I
have
forgot
the token. That's a thing. Ooh,
I can add the token because I have it from the last combat.
Yeah, just so that because part of the ability is that I can move it. So if I'm doing range attacks, I can still use it on other enemies. So, oh yeah.
Just verify. Yep, you have control over that. Just gonna.
So that's just kind of gonna be there. If there's a way, is there a way to like overlay the tokens and then like lower the opacity on the bird tokens?
Yeah, hold on. I can lower the opacity. Let me. Yep.
Yes, I can kind of see both of them. Just for the sake of this, and then. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so it's not too. There. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do, bonus action, Hermaphrocore. So
wait. Sorry. Before you do that, I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw. If you remember the last time, the Casmi have this.
Oh. Boy.
And so at the beginning of your turn, I'm gonna need a con save, but you only need to do this one time.
All right.
What were you saying you think you have? Oh.
Good.
So, that's gonna be a fail.
It's actually gonna be an 18.
Okay, never mind. It's gonna be a total of 20.
You going down this early will only end.
Hey,
So
thank you.
So
for that.
Myra kind of just like sees you kind of wavering as these Casmi lunge forward, and they're like the flapping of their insect-like wings seems to give off this droning sound and as it seems to waver Church just a little bit, Myra's just like, absolutely not, just lunges forward with her divination, and you turn that 6 into a 20, and you succeed on that con save.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you very much. So after I miraculously snap out of that, I give my nod. And so now I will use my bonus action to use the Hematophore.
All right.
Hasting. And so first action, what I'm going to do is actually cast Fairy Fire. Let me see how big this will be. 20-foot cube?
That's a 20-foot radius cube.
So this.
So you want like a 10-foot cube. It's it's gonna be a 4x4. The diagonal is a little. Diagonal squares are a little wonky. Let me.
Okay.
So that's a 10-foot radius. Where do you want this to go?
Okay, so let me look at the map here. I kind of want it to go. Can you give me the ability to move it really quickly?
You should be able to make one of these yourself if you.
Yeah. Let me measure it up. Okay, so
if you go to like the measure tool, and then if you want to click linger.
Right here. Maybe right.
Yeah. Okay. So like something like.
Yeah. Right. I get the post. Right here.
So riveting.
Yeah. Right here, and I'll get 1, 2, 3,
How's this
4,
one?
5. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's even better. Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
All right.
So
these guys
all of
are gonna
them
make
Fairy
con
Fire.
saves.
Yes.
That is.
I think it's a dex save for. I think it's a dex save for
Is it
Fairy Fire.
dex? Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's
All right,
dex
so
for
the-
Fairy Fire.
All right. So the Varghouls are gonna make dex saves. 1, 2. They both fail. It's purple. While I do this, why don't you describe what a demonic fairy fire looks like?
I would say that kind of from the way that Champ looks, it's kind of like almost like a black, like a grayish, charcoalish energy that kind of fills the area almost from the center outward that they're kind of having to avoid. I would feel like that's along the lines of the type of magic that Church is kind of using.
All right. What is the DC for these?
Let me see what my DC is actually. My DC is a 15.
15. Okay, so that is going to be a save from both the shadows.
Okay.
And then a save from the Varghoul. But the not the Varghoul, the Nabasu. But the 2 Varghoul in the back are fail this save, and you kind of just see this little like emanating black misty aura kind of emit from them as they now have as you now have advantage on attacks against them.
All right, and now is this how high up is this thing?
How high up is what? So that is just about like 10 feet up. There's a staircase in front of you if you want to just make your way up.
Okay, so I go up, and now I'm gonna use my 2 other actions to punch this or hit this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna go longsword 1, 2, and
7
then unarmed
and
strikes. Or, unless he dies. Is he
He's
alive?
still up.
And then unarmed strike. Key point.
That one is going to crit. Go ahead and make a. One of these unarmed strikes crits. So go ahead and roll another d6.
Okay.
That second one is going to miss.
Here, I'll roll. this first D6 is for that extra unarmed strike. And now this is the actual Swarm Keeper damage that goes with hitting an attack.
Oh, okay. So
then,
with
yeah,
each
I just
swarm,
used the-
with each successful melee attack, you add.
No,
6
it's not with. It's not with each. The first Swarm Keeper, I just rolled that because it's just a D6, the same as my unarmed strike would be. The second one is the actual Swarm Keeper, like the real Swarm Keeper damage. The first one I just rolled Swarm Keeper because it's just another D6.
Yeah, I'm asking like when do you?
It's
when
only
does the
once
swarm...
per turn. Whenever you
Okay.
hit with a melee, whenever you hit with an attack, you can use it to do D6 of damage wherever it is, but it's just
Okay.
on my person
Awesome.
right now.
Sounds good.
But it's only once per turn, yeah. So it'll be all of those that hit. So I did my 2 unarmed strike.
All right, he is half health.
Yeah. Oh my god, still.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
I think. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay. So with that, next up is Balder. Balder is going to continue pursuing this Casmi over here, and you kind of just like you see him like lunge forward and kind of punch the Casmi as it kind of like flutters away. Trying to keep at a distance. But Balder says, fuck that, as he takes these two circular runic shields that he wields on his back and just throws them like discs as they just lunge forward and he makes 2 attacks towards this Varghoul. 13, 28, so that 28 is going to crit for another 2d6. So it's going to be 18 bludgeoning damage. And as they kind of just like kind of bounce off of this Casmi, breaking the carapace with each strike, the shields kind of then just stop mid-air and just fly right back to his wrists. And I think that's going to be the end of his turn. No. So he's going to come up here. And he's going to try to angle this in a way that doesn't hit you. Yeah, that should be fine. That's gonna be a con save. It's gonna fail. So so Balder kind of runs up behind you, Church, and you watch one of his shields, this little circular like glassy bit of his shield, shine this radiant, blinding light that flashes at the Casmi, which just causes it to be blinded until the end of its next turn, as it kind of just wails and hisses at being blinded. And that is going to be the end of his turn. Or it's probably actually just going to fall back down to here. Myra.
Alright. Where's the best place for me to...
I'm seeing that cone. That's foul.
Trying to get as many as I can in this thing. If I do this, would that affect that Casmi, or would that Casmi be out of it?
The Casmi, I think I'm gonna say that. Oh, you have a weird curve to that cone.
Oh, I think I have that. Hold on, flat. There we go.
I'll allow that, yeah.
Cool, I will.
If you move into this space, it'll be in the your cone can start on the corner, which will engulf that entire square that he's in.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Get-
All right. And you can set
There
that
we
to linger.
On the
So
linger. There we go.
Okay.
So I will be casting Pulse Wave.
Pulse wave. Okay.
I'm also going to be casting it up a level,
All right.
and I'm going to send them away.
Awesome. So a 30-foot cone.
Oh, why did it not roll
66
damage?
force damage. Because you clicked
Don't
on the
know.
spell description, you're gonna have to go to your attacks and spellcasting to roll the damage.
Very weird. Okay.
So that's 1 Kazmi, 2 Nabasu, 2 Shadows. I'm gonna roll the Kazmi first.
And yeah,
Con
since I
save.
upcast this, it's going to be 7d6.
That's a crit save on the on the Kazmi. Jesus. All right.
And actually, the Kazmi rolls a 5.
Kazmi's gonna roll a 5. All right then. Never mind. And then the 2 Nabasu. 1, 2. DC is 20, so they both
Yep.
so that both Nabasu fail, and the Shadows could only save on a 19 or up. So they both fail, and you kind of like send out this force wave that just sends out this in this massive cone, and you watch the Nabasu and the Kazmi and the Nabasu all kind of get flown back, but it almost looks like you kind of just vaporize the Shadows entirely as they both just instantly die. That is going to be 27 damage to all of these fellers here. And how far do they get to bed? 15 feet
20.
away from 20.
Because I upcast it. So,
Alright.
and the distance is increased by 5 feet.
So Petal, as you're kind of like weaving around this Kazmi ready to strike, you just see this Kazmi just get sent backwards away from the ship. From Myra.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I hate to do this real quick. Let me. Because I need to verify if this Kazmi. Okay. So I'm gonna give you visibility of this one thing real quick. So this aura that I just put on the very right Kazmi, the one that's been getting all of the shit, that emanation is the
Oh yeah, that's just on the edge of me.
that is for its drone. So I am gonna ask for a Constitution saving throw before we do this, before this pulse wave.
It's not bad. Oh,
Fuck. Do you have any way of
what's
reversing
what's
this?
the spell save?
Yeah, the saving DC is 12.
No, I can't get there.
Fuck. Okay. Alright.
Does
so
anybody
according-
have anything that can get one up on that?
DC is 12, unconscious for 10 minutes, but someone can spend an action to wake them up. And this is an.
Are you on your broom, like out there?
My broom would only tend to be like I said I was only like 10 feet up on it.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that would get me
wouldn't
out of
do
the...
that. I don't think that would work, no.
Yeah, I have something that can get me to 8, but I don't have anything that could get me to 5.
If you can get to 8, I can get you to 12.
Okay, yeah. I will use my portent instead of on the Cosme. I will use it on myself to get me to 8. If...
And then all flash of genius.
Okay, awesome. So what does Flash of Genius look like for Myra?
I think I see her falling asleep, and I just chuck a small bolt at her head.
Just fucking, just a little axle piece. Just a big. And that knocks her out. Not the droning. That knocks her out. All right. So
because I used my
on the DC.
On myself, the Casme
was about. All right. So instead, the Casme does crit save, but is still going to take half this damage.
Yes.
But the rest of everything else here takes 27. All right. Insane save. Thank you, Tequila. All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Next up is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Next up is Daisy.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'll let you do
am
this.
I controlling Daisy?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Okay. Sorry. I just assumed. Also,
Yeah, I forgot I was gonna specifically give this Daisy to you. I just forgot about that.
Also, I am not on the turn order. I'm like right below her though.
Okay. Where are you? Are you on the map at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right next to Ralph.
He is missing from initiative, though.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why can't I see you?
That is weird.
Oh, that is strange.
I also can see you.
So there's Tequila.
Okay. I'll delete the old one. Unless it won't let me. Interesting. I'll just put him off in the ocean over here.
Yeah, I think I genuinely can't see this thing. I see the ping where you just place them, but
Interesting.
all right. You are within the so Daisy is within the emanation of this Casme here. So I'm gonna need a con save before they do their thing.
Okay.
All right, on a crit save. Awesome.
Easy. And then what she's going to do is a scorching ray on this one over here.
Okay. So you kind of like watch as she kind of like Vic, you're kind of plummeting to the ground, and just as you're like falling, she pulls out this fucking rifle strung around her back and just fires these rounds of fire into in the Casme's direction, just underneath of your feet.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Like fire just grazes your boots. Okay, go ahead and make. I think that's 3 attacks. If I play Baldur's Gate enough.
I have to set up the rule here, I think.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't really have a way to do that on Daisy's sheet, given the weird. Okay, no. So if you click on it, it'll roll.
Oh well. Great.
Attacks.
11, 7, 19.
There we go. All right. So the first two miss as she's kind of like finally getting the works in on it, as she's like just gonna like kickback is a little weird, but then on the third hit she finally lands a successful attack on the Casme. 4 fire damage. I don't think I gave her much of a multi-attack, if I'm correct. I didn't adjust the multi-attack, so the longbow on the multi-attack is just swapped out with the firebolt pistol. But all right, sounds good. Is there any movement?
No.
All right, Petal.
Okay, so do I need to save against the droning?
Yes.
Okay, it's DC 12.
Yes.
Did we ever add
14.
Tequila into the initiative?
No. Can you add me to the initiative after Petal, please?
All right. What was the number?
16.
16. Okay, why is this having such a hard time scrolling? Right. There we go. All right, so you will go next. Sorry about that. Okay, Petal. 14 is gonna save.
Wonderful. Let me read a class feature really quick and make sure that I am not completely wrong. Second, good. So I'm going to start out with a standard multi-attack on the Casme that's right next to me.
Okay. 24 is gonna hit. 26 is gonna crit. Go ahead and roll another. So you just rolled a 2 plus 6. You don't have any dice.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I'll fix that later. It's I have it written down. 1 second.
It should just be here. Let me. So it's 2d6.
It'll be d8 plus 6 bludgeoning damage. So a total of 3d8 plus 18. No, 3d8 plus 12.
All right. So okay. So the original attack is just 1d8 plus 6, which is your strength.
Correct.
All right. So now go ahead and roll the actual damage for all three, for both attacks. Okay. So 12 plus 12, 24. Awesome.
So with that done, I am going to step over to this guy over here.
Okay.
And
it doesn't provoke opportunity attack, or is it? Are you just hanging there?
Mobile feet. I do not
Okay.
get an opportunity attack. And I am going to spend the Moxie to double attack this guy.
Okay, this is with advantage because the Casme is blinded. Is gonna hit for another 12. Moxie can let you multi-attack?
Yes.
Awesome. Alright, so that's another unfortunate.
And
Minimum
it gets
damage on both of
additional-
those.
It gets an additional plus 8 thunder damage
Plus 8. Okay.
for the nat 20.
Awesome. I was wondering if a crit was going to give you any additional thunder stuff, but alright. Okay. Definitely worse for wear. Anything else with this turn?
That will be it.
Alright. Tequila.
First things first. Do I have to make a save? Am I in
You
range?
do. Yes, you are within the radius. Okay. It would be very funny if Church was going down, so Myra saved him. Myra's going down, so Tequila saved him. Tequila is going down. Oh fuck, no one's saving him.
No one.
So 19 saves.
Yeah. So question, what's going on with Vic right now? Is he falling or flying?
He's like 10 feet up and just beginning to drop. He's going to fall at the beginning of his turn.
Yeah.
Do you fly? You're like a bird person. Do you fly at all?
He did in fact teleport to his raven and then just began dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just bonus action. Can I just bonus action my next turn and just like go back to a bird really quick?
Yeah, I'll say you can do that to save your fall.
Perfect. Don't worry about me then.
Okay, great. Then here's what I need to do. I need to first of all cast haste on myself.
Awesome.
Yeah, we love haste. Any of these that I can actually get to. I'll dart up here. Boom, boom. Help them start attacking that.
All right. Attacks with these are with advantage.
While he's doing that, I forgot to mention that Thunder Knuckles also knocked it prone on the nat 20.
Oh, just without a save?
Correct. Just
Oh
only
god,
on the
okay.
nat 20.
So this curling child is just like, just getting his shit rocked again by 3 people now swarming him. 20 is gonna hit, go ahead and make an attack. That's just enough. It's fucking dead. You just cave into its carapace as it just kind of, the impact kind of just caves in its entire body, and you just watch as its entire body crumbles into gas and dissipates.
Great. Bonus action, I'll just give myself a little bit more health with my defensive field, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Who's this going to?
Me.
You. Okay.
Yeah.
Put that as a number I can see. All right. Awesome. I continue. You just watched Vic's Raven come flying towards you, and just as it does, Vic just teleports and then begins to fall in front of you.
Just
But you. Meanwhile, there is an active Casme just attacking this this ballista that is right next to you, and you actually. This motherfucking Casme on the right is just getting everyone. I'm gonna need a con save.
Okay, hold up. I got this.
This one guy, 16 is gonna save.
Okay, Slay. I'm gonna. If I move to the square underneath it, is it still technically in there because of that small little sliver?
I'm sorry. What are you looking for?
Oh, did I make that work? No. If I move like 1 square down, is it still like in the?
So you no longer have to worry about this emanation because you made the save,
Okay.
and now everybody that makes the save is immune to this effect for 24 hours.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna ignore that guy. Hope everyone. Oh, hope everyone.
I just see Myra's next fireball
Yeah.
up in the.
I'm just measuring something.
I see the numbers. I see the brain power. I'm gonna focus on the Casme to the ballista then.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and shoot a Chaos Blood at level 4 at it.
Awesome. All right, go for it.
Did I do that right?
I think it's an 18.
Yeah, it's an 18,
Yeah.
which hits. Go ahead, and on roll 20, there looks to be a little click button for the damage.
Wow. This is... Why is it only giving me 2?
Very
Roll
interesting.
20 has updated its mechanics to adhere to 2024. And I tried 2024 stat blocks because they like kind of the 2024 stat block design can still be used for 2020 for 2014, but I really hate it. But it looks like regardless of Hecate's sheet being on D&D Beyond, it's like adhered to the new 2024 design, which is why it looks like this. Anyways, go ahead and roll damage. Jesus. That does not look right. That's an
I don't know.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so sorry. The damage is rolled above. It just looked... The total damage just shows that it's 11 plus 20. Alright,
Yeah.
so fire damage, 2d8. You then heightened the fire damage again to 20. So that's 31 fire damage going to this Casmi here. That just explodes in his face, just completely just scarring the side of his face and burning at one of his wings as he just rears back in pain from stabbing at this one in Harryar down below. Okay.
I need the fireball.
Yeah, Hecate's got her own fireball.
Alright, I think that will be it. I'll just like turn around and tell Vic like, it's okay, I got it. Just don't fall again. As I see him falling.
As I see him. Don't do that again.
Stop it. Please.
You're just like pointing a finger at him as he's falling, as he's just like, don't do that again.
Wait, that's
Meanwhile,
I-
Myra's
Cit-
over here being like, I'm on the broom. You could have sent the... Okay.
Citrine, I'm gonna need a con save. A 14 just saves.
I will use my new dagger.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I will throw it at the Casmi right in front of me.
Awesome. Oh God. God. A natural one.
Jesus.
Yeah, so what I would do is I would
Yeah.
not put the
Yeah.
descriptions
Yeah.
of everything and
Yeah.
just leave it on the handout.
Yep, I will
a
get rid of
natural
that.
one is gonna miss though.
Okay. I get a second try though, right? Because of recoil?
Yeah, recoil. Blade thrown when using the thrown during an action, you can make 2 attacks per action. Yeah, so go ahead and make another attack.
Okay, 1 second.
It's gonna be another explosion of a chat, or are you trying to delete that before you roll again?
Don't know what you're talking
16.
about.
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Awesome. All right. So you just throw this knife as the Casmi recoils from Hecate's Chaos Bolt. The knife just flies away and disappears. And then you just kind of like, hope this works, and just make this like recall motion, and the knife just stabs straight through the Kazmi's shoulder. That's gonna be 21 damage total.
Do you also get sneak attack because it's within 5 feet of an ally?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Enheriar is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and the Enheriar aren't your friends? No. Go for it. Go ahead and go for it. Yeah.
Ah.
15. That's okay. It's
I
only
mean, that's
one.
still an additional
only-
15
yeah.
damage.
Oh yeah.
True.
That knocks him to half health.
Woo. That'll be it for me.
All right. Next up are the Nabasu. So, the Nabasu over here is gonna launch himself at church. The Nabasu over here, I think it has 40 foot. Yeah, it's got 60 foot. So, Myra, you kind of just watch as this Nabasu goes, just gets sent 15 feet away from you, or 20 feet away from you, as it tumbles and then it recollects itself. It immediately just shoots itself directly back at you. And that is going to be, what's the reach on this? Because it's got a reach, right? No, it's not. It doesn't have a reach. So, we are gonna do a couple things. So, church, that is gonna be 2 attacks towards you, claw, and then a bite. These are not with advantage, so 22 hit.
I was gonna say, actually, give me 1 second. I think.
While that happens, paddle. A bite and a claw. Jesus.
Ooh.
Mine's
So
on
that's-
alert.
26, which I also, 26, I believe, crits on your AC as well, right?
I don't get double crit if I cast a shield spell, which I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Smart.
So that brings your AC up to 14?
Brings my AC up to 20.
20. Okay. It says your AC
don't-
is 9 on your token.
That
so I
is
was
not correct.
I was very
Yeah.
concerned.
Dude, my entire character sheet got messed up somehow. I have an AC of 15, or I should.
Okay. Alright, so then, that is, it's still going to hit, still going to crit for 28, total of 83 damage total.
83 damage total.
Yes.
I am at 21.
Okay.
I'm
All
not
right.
dead.
Myra.
Oh boy.
Bite. Claw. See, it's always the wizards that get like the lowest attack rolls. So,
The 16 would hit, but I will cast shield
awesome.
to keep
Alright.
that from
So that
hitting.
So that is those Nabasu. This Nabasu is a little. The Nabasu here are a little smarty pants. So they're gonna lunge forward towards Drew. Gonna make a Wisdom saving throw for them. 17. Does that save on Drew? Jake? Oh. No, it does not. Okay, so go ahead and roll Spirit Guardians again.
22 does hit. My AC is 22 right now.
Okay. So the 22, so that's 32, 17, so that's 49 necrotic damage towards you. Jake, do you want to go ahead and roll Spirit Guardian damage?
Oh.
Okay. So that is going to be 34 necrotic damage towards this guy. He is going to tank that shit. And he is going to make 2 attacks towards you, Drew. Bite. Claw. Alright, so does a 26 crit on your AC? Yes, this is towards you. As the Nabasu is trying to break your concentration on the Spirit Guardians.
No, is it AC? Yes, it is. So it would be a 28, right?
What would?
The plus 10 for the crit. His AC is at 18. So
His AC is 18? Okay, so then it does not crit. So that's going to be 43, 27. So...
Wow.
Let me do some math real quick. 43 divided by 2. So you are going to have to make a DC 21 Constitution saving throw to keep concentration on your Spirit Guardians, or it drops. Shield. What does that bring your AC to? $23. Okay, so the first hit still hits, dealing 43 necrotic damage to you. So I'm still going to need a DC 21 con save. Okay, so on a failed con save, your Spirit Guardians drops. You took the lucky feat? Okay. Still fails. I think you can... Hold on. You can spend... You have, whenever you make an attack roll, you can spend 1 lucky point. Okay, 1 lucky point. So unfortunately, that still fails the save, and your Spirit Guardians is dropped. Oh, wait. You have resistance to necrotic damage? My god, it's Malefash's armor, isn't it? God fucking this motherfucker is alright, okay, so hold on. So instead of 43, you would take 21. So it'd be a flat 10, so you save. You still have Spirit Guardians up. You lucky son of a bitch. Alright, so no worries. He's still going, so the Nabasu is going to kind of do just a little, it doesn't really matter. He's gonna stay where he is. That's gonna be the end of the Nabasu. Champ, I don't think you gave him an action to do any bonus action, so all he can really do is move.
No, he acts on his own.
Yeah, but
that's why.
But if find familiar rules, you have to give him a bonus act. You have to expend a bonus action from your turn to give him an action. He can still move. He just can't do anything but the dodge action.
Hmm?
Yeah. That's part of...
I don't think that's how. I'm pretty sure he's able to, like, he does everything separately from me just because he exists. I don't think I need to use my bonus
the
action.
familiar can't attack when the familiar
It takes its own action.
takes other action, but it can take other
action.
actions as normal. Okay, I don't know where I kept getting the rules of find familiar.
Yeah, as an action.
Cat rules.
Yeah, I have to use an action to.
I am not mistaking Pathfinder rules for this game.
Like, put them away. I can use an action.
Never mind.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
he can,
what action?
To make him. Honestly, I'm gonna have him give me advantage on my next attack. Or actually, yeah, I'll have him give me advantage on one of my next attack. Or my next attack.
Sounds good. All right. Realize I had made a mistake. Cornelius. So this is going to be all of the Inheriar. They were kind of just instructed to take care of to man this ballista here. So that's exactly what they're gonna do. The spring wind, does this have a, nope it does not. So I'm gonna just take the ballista from, yeah, Muspelheim Bolt makes sense. Yeah, okay. So these two are going, these Inheriar back here are going to spend 3 actions, an action for each of them, to fire 2 shots of ballistas, both at the Chasmes on either side of the ship. So first one, 26, which is a crit. That's gonna be from the one on the right. Because the people on the left are trying to shoot at point blank, this is gonna be a disadvantage. 17 is still gonna hit. All right, so 34 halved because this is non-magical. And then on a crit, 72 damage fucking obliterates this last this Chasme on the right, and he is dead. All right, so that is the Inheriar. Top of the round, we're going back to Ralph. His flying daggers pursue this guy here, and they're gonna make 2 attacks. 18 and 21, both hit for 2 and 4, so 6 damage total. And then Ralph is gonna move up here, and he's going to make 2 more attacks towards the Nabasu and Myra. Are the shadows on this initiative?
I don't know. I think multiple people have just disappeared from initiative.
I fucking hate that. That's awesome. All right, so
yeah, the shadows.
We'll worry about them next. And the Varghouls are also gone. Hello?
I also think the Chasme might be gone.
Okay. So what I did was
I think it's because you deleted them off the map.
I simply killed the people that were on it. I simply killed the people that were acting as the people for the initiative. So let me re-roll those. And awesome. I forget what their original initiative was anyways, so we're not gonna worry about that. Is anything else just completely eviscerated from the thing? Okay, so the Varghouls, the Kasmi, Shadows. Alright, that's fine. Moving on. I'm gonna say because the Kasmi are all the way down here. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so Ralph is gonna make 2 attacks towards this Nabasu. Fling. Both of those are gonna hit for 6, 12, 18, 22. And then they are also going to begin just flying over top of him. He's slowly just being swarmed by all of these people in front of him. And then Ralph is going to turn around to the Nabasu that Drew is dealing with, and he's going to rush this guy. And as he does, he gets on all fours, pounding forward, and is going to use a bonus action to shape change into a were-rat. He just lunges forward, but he is not going to be able to do anything for this turn. Drew.
Okay. Damn. No, I guess the guy needs some help. Can I walk, like?
Church is
allies?
extremely well. Yes, you can walk through his space. You'll just have to be out of his space by the end of your turn.
I can't move my token. I put it under.
Because you're
I
stuck.
lost. I'm stuck. Okay.
Okay. All right. There is a wall there, so you wouldn't be able to go up.
Wait, how? How much HP does Church have? I only see 9.
That is
59.
Oh yeah. It is
Pedal's
50.
also real bad.
Oh,
Real
Pedal's
bad.
Church is at 59. Pedal is at 21.
Yeah, get Pedal.
You know my classic.
Myra is going to be a little swarmed.
Holy Pedal's on.
I have my broom has its own, and it has its own actions, and it has flyby, so I should be able to get the fuck
Yeah,
out of
you
before they
are
get an
taking
attack on
full
me.
advantage of the fact that I didn't have the Shadows and Varghoul on initiative.
Yup.
Save Pedal.
Yeah. Get Pedal.
All right. Actually.
Probably have to get like here in order to actually see Pedal. Because you're kind of just like, you being there, you are like staring at a 10-foot wall that goes up to the next level.
Yeah, we're all up on
wait.
the top floor.
Wait. Wait, actually, I forgot. I have my drones that I can cast touch spells from.
Yep.
I don't
I imagine
actually
you
have to
put
get
them on
closer.
everyone.
Yes. So, Myra, I think you just get in the Spirit Guardians on your own turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, you know what? I will actually move anyway. The other one, Guardian.
Alright. Awesome. It's gonna be a
Exactly.
whiz save from him.
Yep. And then
Natural 20.
Wow,
He still
half
takes
damage.
full damage technically because he's resistance. Because he's vulnerable to radiant damage. So that's 17 radiant.
Oh, wow. So, sadly, Cure Wounds is still the best healing spell I have. So, I'll change into Starry Form Chalice. And then, Cure Wounds on Petal. Level 5.
You're the best.
Wow, that's some poor rolls.
Alright.
You tried, buddy.
That is in fact 2 1s. Alright, so that is 20 total healing to Petal. Starry Form gives them additional healing. 11. So that's 31. 31 healing. That's a full attack.
Yeah. Damn.
All right,
should've
anything
just
else?
cast this sword. Oof. No, that's my action bonus action.
Alright. You kind of like, excuse me, Nobasu. And he's just like kind of push past Balder, and then see Petal, and Petal, you just feel the little discus drone on his back, on your back, kind of just hum with life, and fill you with this warm aura, healing you for 31 HP. Next up is Vic.
You got this.
Let's see. I'm gonna just set 2 Eldritch Blasts to those people near Maya, and hope
Okay.
for the best. So I can push them off.
I will say, if you don't, I'm gonna say you get either your action or your bonus action before you fall. So if you want to hit them with an Eldritch Blast, you're gonna have to try to make an acrobatics save or fall prone on the floor after the Eldritch Blast.
You know what? Sure, I'll do it. All right. So you want to do acrobatics and what? So
So go
acrobatics
ahead
first?
and shoot off your Eldritch Blast first.
All right. I do 2.
18. So these are both at
That's
the
my charisma.
Nabasu.
Yeah, and then with my critical charisma modifier, which is an 8.
It looks like they both have that. It's a +4.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I see. And then what?
Okay. So
then do
these are both at
acrobatics?
the Nabasu. This guy?
Nabasu and 1 at the shadow. So split.
1 at the Nabasu, 1 at the Shadow.
Yeah.
Alright, so the
See my-
18 is
see
going to
my
hit the
outfit.
Nabasu for 89. Not 89. For 10.
Oh my god. Okay. I think
and then the
that also will
Shadow.
push. They'll also push them away too.
Okay. So that's going to be... Alright, so that is 10 feet. And you also have Lethargy on these?
Yes.
So these are both going to have their
Perfect.
speeds reduced by 10 feet.
Perfect. So then I make an acrobatic, right?
Yep. DC's
Oh
10.
my god. That'd be so
Yeah.
funny if I
You
just fell.
cleanly make the save.
And that's it.
All right. Any movements from your Raven, or are they continuing just to go to Hecate?
Yeah, right next to Hecate. Actually make it.
Okay. Yeah.
Do a
So now
superhero
Hecate,
landing.
you have.
Yeah, I did superhero landing. Yeah, exactly. Superhero landing, awesome.
You did the thing that
I was
Yelena
about
does to make fun of. make fun of
I was about
Widow.
to say you have 2 Ravens on your shoulder now, Munin and Vic's Raven. But Munin
right, yeah.
definitely made his way down to the lower levels because no way in hell he's gonna be up here for this fight.
True.
Church.
Okay. Is this Kashmir? What is it called?
Casme.
Sorry. Casme. Is the Casme like close enough to the Spring Wind for me to punch, or is
Yeah.
it still hovering?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can still you can use melee attacks.
I'm gonna run over. Oh, I grabbed the wrong icon. I'm gonna run over here. Champ is gonna be over here with me. Champ is gonna give me advantage on the first attack. So first thing I'm gonna do is. Ooh, what do I want to do? Let me read this. Okay, I'm gonna use my first action to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
That's gonna be so it's marked, and then I'm gonna do one attack. Oh, that's I'm gonna okay. I'll have advantage on the next one, I guess, since that one's gonna hit anyway.
All right.
This is the second attack.
Okay, both of them hit.
Okay, those are my two attacks, and then I am going to use Fury of Blows, and then I'm going to use 2 additional key points to activate the gauntlets, and so the gauntlets start to spark up, and I'm going to start trying to use those. So then I'm going to make my okay, first I'll Swarm Keeper, so that'll add that, and then let me read this and make sure I don't need a bonus action for it. Sorry, I just need an extra key point. Okay, extra key point. I Death Strike him as well. And then the unarmed strikes. 1 unarmed strike, second unarmed strike, and then I get an additional damage die for each of those. So 1 and 2. Boom.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. My brain. So you took set 2 unarmed strikes.
Oh, and in addition, wait. And in addition to all of those, how many of those hit? How many of those attacks hit?
All of them.
That you can see. All of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's
Okay,
4 d6s from the Hunter's
on.
Marks as well.
Why are we rolling 4 damage?
So
damage
I have.
rolls.
Okay, so I have 3 actions. The 1 attack, extra attack, and then I use Hunter's Mark as my haste action.
Okay.
And so then the other 2 are from Fury of Blows.
Okay. But then I
Because
see
I
you
didn't
rolled your damage twice. You rolled an.
That's
your
because
damage for that
I
too.
use the additional 2 key points to use the overdrive, which adds the additional martial dice to each of my unarmed strikes.
So it would
that
only
hit.
be the dice, not the modifier, right?
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it'd be 6.
Okay,
Just
6
2
and then
sixes.
6. So that's 7.
And
12,
then 4 d6s added to that. 'Cause
24.
1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, 4d6. Okay. It's
Hunter's
fucking,
Mark hits.
You fucking sing, and just fucking obliterate it.
Hunter's Mark hits with every hit that you hit. Every single time you hit.
It went from fucking 50 something to 0 in a turn. And that's it, and it's done.
Churchill, Drew points at Church and says, "That's the reason I'm so patient with that guy."
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say, that's why I hate him. Like, that motherfucker can blow up stars, and he just.
Let me make sure I did all of that right. Yeah?
Oh my
yeah, I did all of it right. I spent all the key points, though. I had to spend 5 key points
Okay,
to do
you
that.
literally. Okay.
So I only have 1 left.
I made it was my expense to. You can count the. Yeah, I made them key points and not action economy. So
I can only do
Yeah,
it
all of
once,
that-
but I
yeah.
decided to do it on him because
Yep.
that's a big guy and he
Okay.
almost murdered me last time. So
Uh-huh.
that's my turn. You're next.
Yep.
Go get him, Myra.
I don't know why you're in pain. I'm in pain from seeing that happen. Myra.
Alright,
I
will
deal with this bullshit all the time with the other group, so I'm not even fucking worried about it.
fly over here. I'm just kind of hovering
Okay,
next to Tequila, like 10 feet up.
cool.
So I'm well out of reach of this fucker for now.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you know, there's no good place for me to be.
He's
We'll
not
go here.
focused on you anyways. He's trying to
I
break
know, but still.
this fucking sun that's in front of him, just trying to like destroy it real quick. And the knife broker and also Balder are right next to him.
So it's a
Jesus
20-foot
Christ.
radius.
Oh, thank God I freed you.
Yep. So
God
that's
I
just
saved
gonna do fireball right there. Hold on, let me set that
Okay.
linger. Nope, wrong square. There we
Alright.
go.
Beautiful.
I'm assuming you're fine with blowing up the knife broker's knives.
I think he'll be fine with it.
It's fine. He has. It's like if they lose their HP, they just come back to his person, so he's fine.
Yeah. So
okay.
we're just gonna
So that is
fireball.
5.
Yeah, we'll keep that at
6
level
Vargul-
3.
6 Varguls, a Shadow, and a Nabasu. Off rip, the Vargul and the Shadow
Ooh,
don't
whoa.
need to save.
That's a lot of damage. Jesus.
Thank
I
God.
rolled well.
So these guys are all dead. The knives just explode and then get sent and come flying back to him, back to the knife broker, almost on impact. But this Nabasu is gonna make a save. And is gonna succeed. So that is going to be 15 fire damage. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No. I'm just gonna kind of stay here, keep myself kind of right up against the upper limit of the wall so I can see what's happening.
Okay, I'm picturing this scene in my head. The Nabasu comes flying in towards Myra. Myra shoots up with her broom, sends him 15 feet back. He comes back, sends another 10 feet by Vic, and then is just sent backwards into an explosion. By
Yeah,
this,
as she's leaving,
he's
she just leaves a little ball of fire that just.
yeah, and the fucking Vic's Eldritch Blast sends him 10 feet into that fireball.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
the synergy.
Alright. Balder is going to make 3 attacks onto this Nabasu here. He does not have flanking because of the weird positioning that everyone is in. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3. It's either like super high or super low. There's no in between with this guy. So that's 12, 26 towards this Nabasu. And we're gonna do the little flash again, because I didn't give it a cooldown. Crit saves, and then Nabasu saves on the blinding light. Daisy!
Daisy is going to Scorching Ray the one by Drew. So that's
Awesome.
a bad situation.
Mhm.
I don't like things next to Drew.
23. 23. So 15 fire damage. Towards the Nabasu. Again, just from this rifle, sends 3 more motes of fire just flaming into this Nabasu. Anything else with the turn?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Petal.
Alright, so the Casmi here is dead, right?
Casmi's dead. There's a Nabasu directly in front of you, and a Nabasu within 10 feet of Tequila and Church. Andrew, sorry.
Okay, and this, was it the Shades over here? That thing also threatening me?
It will, once it finally has a turn.
Wonderful. So I'm going to start out with an attack to each of them. The Nabasu first, the Shade second. I have a
The
subclass
Shade is
feature.
not... The Shade's not within range for you to attack. So the Nabasu... Let me put fucking name tags. So... Nabasu... And technically its name is a Shadow. And
Oh,
then we
I've
have...
got a...
Yeah, there's one still on the map over here.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Oh, try refreshing. All my
There's
extra
one?
stuff went away when I refreshed.
Yeah, I can't fucking see the shadow that you all just pointed at.
I'm glad Roll20 is broken.
I'm so happy.
Yeah,
And
I'm also
weirdly it's not me who has 2 things of Roll20 open, a fucking streaming. Just to clarify,
Okay, well,
not
I am way less threatened. Yeah, it's gone now.
Okay.
So let me look over the
Oh my
map
God,
again. Now that
yeah. The number of enemies on my screen just like dropped to a third.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna double smack the Nabasu that's really close to me. I gotta find my character sheet again. So I don't have advantage anymore, it's just tap, tap.
They're both gonna hit for... That was a 4 both times. Alright. And then... You have a 0 on your thunder damage. Is it dealing any thunder damage at all?
No, it only does thunder damage on the nat 20.
Okay. So that
So
is
I-
24 towards this guy.
And how's that one looking?
He's looking relatively fine.
Relatively fine.
Scarily. You kind of just lunge these 2 attacks at his like torso section, and he kind of just doesn't seem phased.
Okay,
which
well,
seems scary.
in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and move down here by where Tequila is. Get between him and the other Nabasu, and spend a Moxie point to 2-tap this one.
Alright. A 30 is gonna crit.
Delightful.
But a 16 is gonna miss.
It balances out somewhat. That's
Go
an
ahead
extra
and
D8
roll.
of damage.
Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna take the first one.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
16, 24 damage towards this guy. So 24 damage to one, 24 damage to another. He also seems relatively okay.
Oh, that's fine. He's in the Spirit Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and that'll be my turn.
Alright. Tequila.
I am going...
You now have this wall in front of you, surprisingly.
Yeah. I'm just going to go over here. I step off the boat and my boots
Huh?
of flying activate.
Okay.
So I
didn't
have
think you
little
had those.
jetpack.
You just
Yeah. I got them during my level up. So I just got jet boots. I'm just flying in the air.
Finally, I never see your infusions anymore.
Yeah, a lot of
Anyways.
them are like +1 armor.
Did you see?
+1 damage.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw me ranting about artificers in a second ago, but like, I don't know if you've met Daisy, but there's this one player in this where I'm running an Out of the Abyss module, who was like, yeah. The ruling of infusion says you can make this list that it gives you, or you can make any common magic item. So she was like, oh, cool. Armor of Gleaming is a common magic item regardless of what type of armor you use. So let me just get a plate armor of Gleaming, and it's in the rules.
Weird.
Anyways, that's my rant.
I'll have to look into that. Maybe I
Yeah.
should get some more.
Yeah, it's frankly, I hate it. Anyways.
And then I am going to use the vestige as the focus to cast lightning bolt. And it will be
Oh,
So-
that's a really good line.
lightning.
Yeah.
So lightning bolt. Damage is turned into radiant damage because of the focus.
Yep.
That's a 100-foot line.
Yep.
That's also gonna snipe these Vargul. No matter what you roll, they have 9 HP, so they're just instantly incinerated.
Great.
Because I know lightning bolt is a heavy spell. Yeah. 17. These guys are gonna have advantage on their deck saves. 1 crits, 1 fails. So that is going to be 23 to, I'm gonna say 23 to the guy that is next to Petal. And then a fail for a total of 46 damage to this other guy. Okay. So you so for the first time you kind of turn these gauntlets into this like this vestige into like this pristine white and gold vambraces on your arms, and you rush off the deck of the ship, use your boots of flying, and then as you go to cast this lightning bolt, the bluish lightning crackles into a celestial gold that just launches as a this almost ray of radiant damage down this line, incinerates 2 of the Vargul. The Nabasu just gets this hole made underneath on its side of its torso from this radiant damage that it just disintegrates part of its body. Insane. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
No, the one by me is still up.
He is still up. He is half damage. He is at half health.
Okay, I'll step back onto the ship, and because I'm hasted, I'll give him a punch.
Awesome.
Actually, hold that. I bonus action switch the vestige into a hammer.
Hell
and I
yeah.
hit him with the hammer.
Hell yeah. Okay. Switch it
Do
to a
not
hammer.
Let me add a war hammer to my thing real
Yeah.
quick.
No matter what, so the ruling of the vestige is no matter what weapon you change it to, you're proficient in it. So, So yeah, that's I believe a Warhammer is a D10.
D8 if single-handed, D10 if two-handed.
I don't believe you have anything else in your hand, so you can two-hand this. Do you know how to just drag it from the Hey, Drew, do you mind?
I can't.
Jake, do you
I
mind
can't
muting?
find it in the compendium because it's crowded with 2024 stuff. So I'm just gonna roll that. My proficiency is 4. Warhammer's probably the wrong choice here because no strength.
Hey, Jake, can you mute, please?
Gosh, yes.
15.
All right. I just moved a Warhammer into your inventory, I think. Is that right? Did I do that right?
No, I have Warhammer proficiency now,
Oh, shit.
but a 15.
Okay. A 15 is gonna miss, but it shouldn't. It's not just your proficiency, I think, isn't it? Thought I made it. So the weapon form.
Expertise.
You are gain a bonus equal to twice your proficiency bonus.
Oh, then 18. No.
18.
Yeah, it would be 18.
You have a proficiency bonus of 4, so that makes this. Yeah, you have a proficiency bonus of 4, so doubled is 8, so this total is 20, which is gonna hit.
No, it's a 19 then. Because I have -1 strength.
Oh, okay. And that 19 is still gonna hit.
Great. And you said Warhammer damage was what?
Warhammer damage is a D10. And you have the damage. I need to keep pulling this up. The damage is 3 additional damage dice.
Ooh.
Okay, so 4, 10. Roll one more. It's the base damage and then 3 more damage
3
dice.
additional, right? Okay.
So it's 4, 14, 17, 20. So that's doubled to 40 radiant damage towards this guy. So you hit him with a radiant lightning bolt. You come back onto the deck of the ship and you watch as the van braces glow with radiant light, and the light wafts up your arm and forms this giant warhammer that you just slam into this Nabasu for another 40 radiant damage, just knocking him down so much with this vestige. He is still up, but he does look worse for wear than a lot worse for wear than before.
That's all I could do, so.
All right. Next up, or finally, the Vargul get a turn. So this guy is gonna go up to you. Vargul have a flying speed of 40. So that's gonna make it up to you. They're gonna attack you, and you, and you, then you, and then you, you, you. And these Vargul kind of just launch themselves blindly into the fucking Spirit Guardians and are immediately just disintegrated entirely. All right, so Church, you're gonna get hit with two Varguls.
Oh.
1, 2. I don't think a 21 hits, right? Your AC is 22.
It is a 22 now because of agile parry.
Okay. And then Citrine. One of them is coming after you. 21. Livid, I believe that hits.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does. Yes. Sorry.
All right, so you take 4 piercing damage and 8 poison damage. I think that's all of them. Hecate.
It's a lot of bitches.
That's certainly one way to put it.
Okay, I'll use Eldritch Blast on the little guys down here.
You have Eldritch Blast?
I do have Eldritch Blast.
I keep forgetting about that. How the fuck do you have Eldritch Blast?
I have for my feet.
Okay. I was like, when did you
I'm gonna
multi-class?
I'll use my Eldritch Blast for the bottom 2 guys down here. So we got that. And I shoot it
Okay.
twice, right?
23 is gonna crit on. You said on the Vargul?
Yeah, and the 2 bottom ones underneath the.
Alright, that is going to crit. You gain Eldritch Blast just like as a spell from one of your feats.
So I
Right?
believe It's the.
I was gonna say because
Where'd it
if we're using the basic leveling system, the cantrip leveling system of the Eldritch Blast, you would get a second Eldritch Blast.
Okay, cool. Yes. I can find it. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so these are towards who?
The bottom 2 black holes. They're attacking.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. Both of those do hit. Okay. You just blow up one. Please don't be the one that. Which one of these? Okay, so I'm gonna. Move this one over here, and then this guy's gonna die. All right. You said bottom left, right?
Yes.
Okay. So both of those just blow up and dissipate into the smoke.
Alrighty, and then I'm gonna move, do a little schmoovin right here.
Alright.
And then I wanna try this. I have, where is it? Oh, Cone of Cold, and I like to use it in the direction of the big guy, and hopefully it gets the 2 small guys as well.
Okay. Are you
So,
quick in
like-
spelling this?
Yes, I'm using
Okay.
spell 2, so it should go.
Awesome.
Yes. I think it should, if I know how to measure.
What is the range on the cone?
It's 60 from my position.
60. So yeah, you kind of just yeah, you're easily able to
Like
get all of
that.
these and move. Kind of just it
Just,
just
yeah,
goes
cone
off
is
endlessly.
stupid.
It's such a fucking big ass cone. Look at this thing.
What the hell?
I don't think it's just a cone anymore,
so
guys.
ungodly unnecessary and unnecessary of a reach, but yeah, that's a 5th level spell. That makes sense. All right, so that is. Go ahead and roll damage real quick on this. 27. Okay, so as I had explained to Vic upon a perception check, the Chasmi are resistant to. First of all, you immediately incinerate the 2 Vargouls. No roll necessary. The Chasmi, though, is resistant to cold damage. So, if he fails, he dies. But if he succeeds, he does stay alive. But he'll be at like single-digit HP. He's got magic resistance. 18. DC is 18, so he saves.
Oh.
So that's gonna be 13 halved to 6. So he's still alive, but he's just barely alive. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Hey, Citrine, how do you want to do this?
Well, good question first. Are there any shadows left?
There are 2
Because they're not on the turn
shadows.
order.
There are 2 shadows. Did I delete them again? This
I believe you did.
motherfuckers.
Perhaps.
I'm getting so pissed. There's literally only 2. Let me just throw them on it there because. All right, so I'm gonna give them a turn real quick before I go to you first.
That's fair.
So Vic, and then Tequila. So that's 1 attack towards Vic. It's gonna crit fail.
Nice.
Next one towards Tequila, and this one has advantage. Still awful.
No.
Pure uselessness. Anyways, so there's that. Citrine, there are 2 shadows left.
Okay.
There are 3 Nabasu, 2 Varghouls, and 1 Kazmi. Or no, actually 4 or 5 Varghoul and 1 Kazmi.
I will use my magic knife on the Casmi.
Awesome. $21 hits. How do you want to do this?
I will throw the knife, and it will just slice along the belly of the Casmi, just splitting it open. And its
Okay.
entrails will just fall into the water.
Yeah. You kind of throw this knife straight into its lower abdomen area, and it just slices straight through, disappears into its body, and then your blade comes out on recoil, and just you see the small bits of its entrails as it disintegrates into smoke and disappears.
Perfect. Next. I will just. Oh, actually, wait. I do. I'm going to bonus action dash
Okay.
and get behind this shadow next to Vic.
Okay. Awesome. Next up are the Nabasu. So, these 2 are gonna make wisdom saving throws. I think both of them save, correct? Or no? Drew, go ahead and roll damage again. Okay, so the DC is 19, so both of them fail. Go ahead and roll Spirit Guardian damage again. Well, I think everyone is exactly where they want to be, so this Nabasu is going to retaliate against Tequila, while this one's gonna attack Petal, and this one's gonna attack Drew. I don't think any damage they're gonna take from the Spirit Guardians is going to affect their action. So with that, starting with Tequila, he has advantage because of this shadow. He's not entirely. Oh, actually, yeah. Thank you, whoever has the green ruler, for pointing out the Nabasu that was just doing a lot of nothing. He's gonna chase after Myra.
It has 10 feet less of speed.
Unfortunately, they have a movement speed of 60 in the air.
Well, shit. Okay.
So, thank you for pointing out, though. Jake, can I get a damage roll of Spirit Guardians? right, and then advantage against tequila, bite, claw. 27 and a 19.
The bite will hit, the claw does not.
Okay.
Um,
So that
let
is
me make
23
con-
necrotic damage.
yeah.
And then while you do that, that's going to be a save. Petal, bite, claw, 27 force damage. And then Drew, he's going to continue just barraging Drew. Bite, claw. All right.
So that the one that hit me for 27 would have been a crit. I'm gonna burn another shield spell for it.
Okay. All right, so that's going to save against a crit. So, all right, so both of them fail for 28 radiant damage total. And then, does an 18 hit your AC? Okay, both miss. These guys are just so struggling. All right. Champ.
I'm gonna have Champ give me advantage again and just stick with me for this fight.
Cornelius. With no big enemies to attack, these Inheriar are just going to swat at the flies that surround them. Spear, spear, spear. Spear, spear. Okay. Each of these Inheriar can make 3 attacks, so the Vargul are kind of just done. This guy is gonna come down to help Citrine. Spear, 16 radiant damage, just eviscerates this guy. The Inheriar are gonna kind of just move past Hecate real quick. Excuse us. Moving over here. They don't have the reach to make it to... He's gonna actually move here. They don't have the reach to make it to the Nabasu, but they're just making their approach towards the other Nabasu. Kasmi! There are no Kasmi. Drew. Okay, do you mind if we move on to the next turn while you do that, or? Okay. Next up is Vic.
I'm gonna shoot the Nabasu near Drew and Myra, so I can push them out of the way.
Okay, I'm going to assume it's the one on the right because technically Myra and Drew have 2 Nabasu that are completely separate from each other but are next to each other. That are both next to Myra and Drew.
Okay, I'll just shoot it twice, that's fine. Where's 1?
Okay. The second one hits. Left or right?
Let's do left. So I
Okay.
can do some stuff. Yeah.
So, this guy just gets sent back from Myra, Vic from Vic, and then he lunges forward towards my. Oh wait, I never gave him his turn. So sorry, Myra. before he gets sent back again, does a 26 or a 25 hit/crit?
26 would crit, but I'm gonna spend another shield spell.
Okay. So both of
so
those
that
are just going to plainly hit. So you take 46, 26 for a total of 72.
I'm not down.
And then he is shot back towards Church. 7 force damage.
You said 72 or 74?
72.
Cool, I have 4 hit points.
Oh boy. Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Vic, is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna go back up to Drew. Because I can hear Jake now.
Yes, I'm pretty. So okay, so he took 74 damage. He's here. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, so just roll 20. So I think I'm going to cure wounds since everyone around me is very hurt. So,
Okay.
so it's
I don't know what you're talking
30
about.
foot,
Balder and Knife Broker are fine.
I think from this range the mass cure wounds can hit everyone.
It can hit Myra and Petal, which are the only ones that actually need the healing.
Oh, the only
Holy
Or
fuck,
actually,
do we
no,
need the healing?
Church, it's not able to hit Church in that radius yet.
I think that's just the Spirit Guardian radius. What's the radius?
Oh, that's the
on...
Spirit Guardian. What's the radius of Mass Cure Wounds?
I'll post it. Oop. Boop. Boop. 30
That
foot
is a
radius.
60-foot 30-foot radius.
30 foot.
Yeah.
The range says 60, but
30-foot
I
radius.
choose a
point of your
which
choice.
everyone-
Okay, so you don't have to move. You can just select a point in which a 60-foot radius. You could choose a
30-foot
point within
radius,
60 feet of you to shoot out a 30-foot radius aura of healing.
Wow. That's big.
Here I can hit literally everyone.
Okay. I was gonna. So, did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah.
Okay, but
So I don't
in
think possible.
this case, an emanation works. But all right. So, choose up to 6 creatures. So I think so.
And I have these people are not party that.
Myra, Petal, and Church, and then Citrine.
Citrine, Tequila, and me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll healing.
So it's 3d8 plus my chalice. So
Plus your spellcasting modifier as well.
yeah, so 3d8 plus 5, and then plus extra 1d8. God damn it!
All
My
right,
hero are just split today. Can I spend
So-
the lucky to reroll that?
Can you? No. I believe lucky only works on a d20. But okay, so 23 total healing.
Yeah, 23 to everyone.
All right. All right. So that.
Oh, I'm cool.
Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn?
That's my action.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you can have 112 out of 110. So I'm gonna take care of that real quick.
You cool.
Yeah.
So, I didn't even heal anyone out of the one attack range. Damn. Okay, so yep, that's my whole action.
All right. Next up
Oh,
is
wait.
Church. Oh.
I will use my spell restoring ring. Oh wait, it's an action. Never mind. Oh yeah.
All right. Church.
I am going to roll my way. I'm actually going to not do that. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to use one attack to shoot this bar. Oh, I don't really have clear line of sight, so I'm going to shoot this one next to Pedal, or next to Tequila.
You do have enemies around you, which would impose disadvantage on long range attacks.
You can smack them.
I guess I'll just punch all. I guess I'll just hit all these guys. Yeah, so we'll do.
I guess.
I guess I'll just hit all them. We'll do one longsword against big dude in front of me right here.
22 hits.
Okay, is he still up?
He's still up.
Okay, I'll use my last point to death strike him. One.
Okay.
Still alive.
Still alive. What's your Swarm Keeper damage?
Also, the sixes are all the sixes I rolled earlier are coming back.
Where's
to
the
haunt me.
guy?
Okay.
Did you already kill the guy you gave Hunter's Mark to? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I don't want to use my bonus action on this turn to move it. I'll just hit him again. With
You
my,
can.
Actually,
You
yeah,
can one shot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him with my single unarmed strike.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I only hit him once. I have 2 other attacks. I'll hit him again.
You do, in fact, are using your Horrific Core. The second one is gonna miss, though.
Okay, last attack, also against
That is
him.
gonna hit for another 4.
Okay, now I use my unarmed strike.
Okay, 22 is also gonna hit for another 8. Still up.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all the damage that I'm dishing out this turn. Yeah. And
Next
I'll
up is
just
Balder.
sit right
Oh.
here.
Alright.
Oh wait, can I use Champ's advantage on that hit that I didn't hit? Instead.
I'm gonna say because it has to be the first attack.
Oh, okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Alright, so next up is Balder. He's gonna make 3 more attacks. He's just fucking. He's just literally just punching people with his shield. Very melee based. As he's just. He's gonna get advantage from Drew's positioning. Beesh.
Really?
Beesh.
Oh.
2 of them are gonna hit. It's always only 2. One of them is gonna crit though. For 14, 26, 35. Alright. And then bonus action. That's gonna reach, right? Yeah, there we go.
You can.
Con save.
Oh wow.
That's gonna save. Alright, never mind. Myra.
How are the various Nabasu looking?
Go ahead and make a perception or investigation. Or no, perception, perception, that's just it.
Perception, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
22. I will give you access to that. And that. And that. So you should be able to see. I'm gonna get rid of this name tag because it impedes the vision. But you should be able to see the health bars of the 3 Nabasu in front of you.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm going to, at a 4th level, cast Summon Construct.
Okay.
I will use the chain that I got from Heimdall, from Vukarik, to, like, kind of whip it out and create a metal construct. I have the stat block pulled up.
I will. I don't know if the chain would be worth the material. So the material components is worth 400 gold pieces.
I spent that money to get. Okay. It's mostly using the chain as like flavor.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
But I did spend 400 gold when I was purchasing spell scrolls.
Okay.
To essentially get this.
Sounds good. All right. So yeah. Absolutely. What does the form of this? Yeah. What does this look like?
So this, it's just as the chain goes out, it becomes a like almost like a sort of like the chain devils we fought, but much like skinnier. Instead of being wrapped around them, its limbs are just made of this chain that is starting to heat up.
Okay. So it just looks like a chain devil, basically.
Yes, and then
awesome.
I will also just put the screenshot in chat for people to see.
Okay. Where you can summon this within 90 feet of you. Where are we placing this?
I'm putting it. For now, I'm gonna put it here, on the other side of Petal.
Okay. I'm gonna just put a little like chain devil guy here, just to give visual.
And that's the stat block for everybody to just know what I'm working with. So it is a spell attack roll.
Okay. Give you access to that. Okay, so you should be able to control this sheet now.
Thank you. This says Firebolt, it's the same thing. So it's a 16 to hit on the first attack.
16 is going to miss.
Alright, second attack, because they have multi-attack.
26 is gonna hit. Cool.
1d8 plus 4, plus 4, and an additional... Okay, no, that's later. Alright.
Okay, let me put that here. There we go. Sorry, I was setting up this sheet, so that is... Okay, so 28 is gonna hit for 12 total damage?
Yes.
And this is bludgeoning damage. Okay. So you kind of, Petal, you kind of just watch as beside you a slink of chain kind of coalesces on the ground and kind of begins to slither and elongate as the chain gets longer and longer, coiling and wrapping into what looks to be a humanoid figure as the limbs, just this single things of chains, just whip out and attack this Nabasu. That is going to be 12 damage. Okay. Anything else?
I will also go up another 10 feet, so I'm still within Drew's aura, but anyone who tries to come after me will proc opportunity attacks.
Okay. Sounds good. There is one shadow. It's going to 20 towards Tequila.
20 will miss.
20 will miss. Okay, interesting. Daisy.
Oh, Daisy will use her last scorching ray on the same one she's been blasting.
Okay. All three of those are gonna miss.
Rip.
Okay. And she kind of like keeps barraging into them, and then she just hears these like steam begin to emit from the gun as she just looks at a weapon with no ammunition left. Petal. You start fighting the chain devil as well. No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep smacking the shit out of this Nabasu that's right in front of me.
All right. $20 is gonna hit.
And fuck it, I'll spend the Moxie again. I'll do one more. I should say two.
23 is gonna hit.
The 17 does not exist.
17 misses regardless, but
okay, yeah. So it's the 14 at the top and the 23 at the bottom row.
Wait. Okay, so sorry. I seen 5 attacks
Yeah, I
you've made?
accidentally rolled a fifth one. I only attacked 4 times.
Oh, okay. So you hit 3 times. The 29 is gonna crit.
Hell yeah, so an extra d8. So that's 16, 31, 43, 48 damage total.
Okay. You also deal thunder damage, or no, not on a crit. Okay. Anything else?
No, not really.
All right. Tequila.
Okay. I am going to hit the shadow with my hammer.
Okay. Yeah. That's if it's +8, that's going to crit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Already, without you automatically, the first 2 damage, you rolled 3 8s in a row.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think it would die. That changes what I want to do with the rest of my turn.
Yeah, it had 16 HP.
Oh.
You
That's
hit it with a
overkill.
4d10 melee weapon.
Let's see, I think that applies. Yeah, okay. Well, then I will just use my other 2 attacks that I get against the Nabasu.
Okay.
That's gonna
Damn.
miss.
Yeah.
And
That's also gonna miss.
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of just like, you're kind of just getting a little pestered by the shadow to the point where you kind of just like, will you just send it flying and disintegrates it, and then turns around and swings and trying to hit the Nabasu, but it seems to just be a bit more agile.
Bonus action. That's, yeah, okay. Let me make sure of this before I do it. I'm always wary of this exact spell, but I check it like every time. Okay, yeah, I cast Sanctuary on myself with my bonus action.
Okay. Awesome.
And it's not concentration, so I'm good. I will also just move a little, and that is all I'm gonna do.
All right. The Varghouls. There's only 2 Varghouls left, and they're going to attack Church. Nom nom. Okay. Hecate.
Why is everyone so far? Oh. Is the big guy still right behind me?
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay. He can't
You
come.
notice how he's not on the board? No. Sorry.
Wait, what?
If
He's
he's still
not
on the
on the-
board, just refresh your screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta.
My
I gotta
god,
refresh.
this fucking roll 20.
No, because I had the same issue. Because I'm like, why are we
Yeah,
not
no,
focusing
everybody's
on
getting
the-
this
and
issue.
then-
I'm so pissed.
Oh, there you go. It's so clean now.
Right?
Is nobody getting any of the inputs until they refresh their page?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awful.
It seems to be a coin toss.
Yeah, I've gotten
Alright,
a
go
couple
ahead
of
and
them,
let
but others-
everybody kind of just refresh their page just to make sure. Anyways, Hecate.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the stairs. Do a
Okay.
little walk. Gonna go right around here. I think that's like 1, 2, 3, 20. Alright. And then I'm
15?
gonna fire 15? Okay, 15. I'm gonna fire. Which guys are here?
You guys
I'll
have just formed a
fire.
firing squad down here. Just a line.
True.
I'm gonna. Hold up, my thing is lagging. I love roll 20. Oh.
Yay.
Alright, I'm gonna-
Someone recommended Foundry to me, and I was like, that sounds great. I don't know how I feel about $50.
Ooh.
If you can
It's-
get it on sale, it's worth it.
I've used it Foundry before. I've really liked it. It is a lot of work up front.
Yeah.
Like aside from the money, it's a lot of work up front to set everything up.
A little bit up here actually. And then I'm gonna do another Eldritch boss to the 2 Nabasu, one next to Knife Booker, and then I should be able to reach the one next to Pedal also with Spell Sniper.
Okay. Yeah.
I
They're
think
also at a
even without
weird
Spell
elevation
Sniper,
then.
you would-
Oh yeah, even without.
Yeah,
it,
even
yeah.
without.
Just
yeah,
in case.
you're-
Just
oh.
in case. Alright, well, let me roll through.
Don't worry. Without spoiling, Spell Sniper will definitely come in handy at some point.
Oh.
27 and if 27's gonna hit, 14 is gonna miss. Go ahead and roll damage on the first one. 10. Where's that going?
Do the one right next to Knife Broker.
Right, for 10 damage.
You know, what, let's do another meta magic since I still have some points. This time I'll do a chaos bolt this time.
Mm-hmm. Random question. Do you know where your does it let you choose like a patron subclass with that feat you took?
No, it's because it's the I get it from Spell Sniper, actually. It says I
Do
get
you get it from Spell Sniper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get to pick a ranged attack spell from any class that uses the same
like
ability
Okay.
modifier as you.
yeah.
So like I'm stuck with wizard cantrips on Spell Sniper, but if you're a charisma caster, you can just take Eldritch Blast.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I was gonna say I have a like home rule where depending on the subclass, warlocks change their damage type. Like for example, Dusty, which Myra only remembers, was a celestial warlock, so he was dealing radiant Eldritch Blasts.
I remember that.
Oh, oh yeah. I mean, I don't. I forget how new Lana and Devin you both are, so I forgot if you actually had met Dusty.
Oh yeah, we met him for
Okay.
a couple
Okay.
sessions.
Couple sessions.
All right. But yeah, he was dealing radiant Eldritch Blasts. I would imagine it would debilitate you in this combat. Actually, I don't even think anymore. No, it still would. I was gonna say it would debilitate you more, but I think it would make sense if Hecate's Eldritch Blasts were cold damage.
Yeah, but I don't think we want. We'll do it the
Not
next
in this sense,
time.
because Nabasu are also resistant to cold.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything. I'll
Okay.
hear it for the next session. Alright, but I'll do another yeah, I'll do another
It's also-
chaos. Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
A 30
God
is going
damn.
to crit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Why? Okay. That's a lot of them.
Oh, so a
'cause I
30
think you rolled
crits
a nat-
on you in general,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, because I think it's also a nat 20, and Chaos Bolt
Yeah.
does something weird on nat 20s.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, and then
so
it leaps to another
thunder.
creature within 30 feet.
Thunder. Okay.
Thunder.
So
Thunder.
shut up. Thunder. So 30 thunder damage to this Nabasu here. And then the chaos energy leaps from the target to a different creature within. And then, so that person takes also 30 damage?
I think it's only the does it?
I think it's only the crit damage. So I think
Yeah, only,
only
the
the
crit. Yeah,
crit
that's what I thought. Only the 12. So I think I'll make it leap to this guy over here.
Okay. So that's another 12 damage to this guy next to Petal. Alright. That is the end of your turn. Citrine.
I'm gonna throw my knife at the Nabasu next to Petal.
Okay. Go for it. Hits. That's a death. You fucking just launch it forward towards the Nabasu, and he's immediately hit with thunder damage, and then a knife straight into his head, which then just launches itself right back to you.
Perfect, and I
That
will.
was the fucking Nabasu with the initiative order, I think. Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'll run forward to the Nabasu next to the knife broker, and I'll hit it with my short sword.
Okay. I could weirdly still see that guy on the initiative. So I'm gonna just reset that initiative count. Okay. All right. So you rush in Yeah, I was questioning how you were able to do that, but I realized you are holding a dagger and a short sword, so you can do that.
Yeah.
16 is gonna miss though.
Okay.
But you have advantage because you're flanking, so go ahead and re-roll that.
Oh yeah.
Damn. All right. I tried.
Oh well. End my turn.
Okay. So there is only. Okay, so there's 3 Nabasu left. Go ahead, Drew, and roll Spirit Guardian's damage again. Alright, no, there's only one guy here. And he crit saves.
Oh, yeah.
So
Crit
depending on.
save?
He crit saved on your Spirit Guardians.
Damn.
So he still takes half damage, so go ahead and roll damage for that. 17 is enough. And he's done. As he's like, he is just surrounded, just getting his shit rocked again, and eventually he just crumbles away in radiant light and disintegrates. Meanwhile, Church and Tequila, you are going to be attacked by 2 different Nabasu. Starting with this guy is going to launch himself over here. This Nabasu is going to reposition himself. So Church is going to get flanking from this guy. 24 and 28 to you, Church. Zoe?
So, would the shield help you in these trying times?
I believe his AC is 22. So it would save him from the first attack. I don't know where you went though. So in the meantime, Tequila.
Yes.
That's a natural
I know.
20 and double 19s.
Oh,
The 19's
Hey,
missed. The 31,
since I
obviously, yeah.
Okay.
So,
You can use your
since I
reaction
can...
to cast shield, but only on one of these.
Hey, since I can use shield from other allies, can I use lucky from other ally?
Can you impose a lucky onto other people? Onto enemies?
Yes.
I'm gonna say because this is not this lucky has nothing to do with your magic, so I'm going to say no. It has nothing to do with your magic, let alone your Voltron ward. So no. But what you can do is a shield spell.
Quick question, though.
Yeah.
I am sanctuaried. He has to make a save.
He has to make a whiz save. So if he's gonna make this with advantage. 21.
Yeah. That
Okay.
wins.
All right. So
That crit
that is
would
gonna
put
be
you down,
80,
right?
86 damage towards Tequila. And then Church. I don't know where Zoe went. But
Maybe he fell
Church's
asleep.
AC is 20. It's 22. Even with parry. So you could save him from one attack.
Yeah, probably need it.
Okay.
Church
So
gets
he's
the
only gonna
shield.
take. So he's only gonna take 32.
Yeah.
Tequila, you take 86.
Yeah. I don't know what the con save on an 86 is, so
That would
I'm
be
just
a
gonna use
four, as
Mind
DC is
Sharpener.
43. So on a natural 20, you
No, I'm
save
just-
on this
I'm
Constitution
just gonna
saving throw.
I'm just gonna use Mind Sharpener.
Oh, okay. What is that?
That is
A
somewhere
reaction
in my
success on a
list.
con save?
Yep.
To maintain concentration on. All right then. Okay. Cool. Anything else on your turn? Or no? Okay, that's the end of. That's not even your turn. All right, champ. I'm gonna assume is gonna give him advantage. The Inheriar. Can't really help a lot because the stairway's kind of jammed. But Cornelius Cornelius is going to kind of step off the wheel for a second. Actually, he's gonna sidestep off the wheel and make 1, 2, 3. What the fuck were those? All right. So, 22 radiant damage. He's gonna get back on the wheel. Vic, or no, not Vic. Drew. It is the top of the round.
Move. Hey, Spirit Guardians. You know what that means? Boo.
Okay. Go ahead and, or actually, that's a wisdom save from both of these.
Yep.
19 and 16.
Yes, and I failed.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
16.
16, sure. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this guy up top saves, the guy below does not. So the 32 damage is going to incinerate this guy. 16. Alright. He is still up.
Right. Time to I don't know, lock in. I'm shooting him with my free fire guiding bolt.
Okay.
Go. Oof. Where is guiding bolt? Here it is. And that's a crit.
Goddamn.
Let's go.
Alright. So that's 37 radiant damage. Even on a. Even before it's doubled by his vulnerability, that still does it. How do you want to do this?
Drew just starts walking down on them, and then he finger gun and shoots light at all of them.
Alright.
All of them.
You immediately just sink an Eldritch Blast, not an Eldritch Blast, a Guiding Bolt that shoots through the air and sinks into his head as it crackles his entire body and he dissipates. And then you kind of just walk over to get the Varghouls in range and they immediately disintegrate. And that's combat.
Hooray, Spirit Guardians! Oof,
Alrighty. So, you all are able to fend off the demons as they make their approach, and you dispatch them as you eventually finally break through the fog wall and are now home free. The demons left behind in this wall of mist. The blockade penetrated, and the Hecate and Vic, you finally see the other side of this blockade for the first time in your lives.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, why? Why the oh?
What's
Oh.
the O?
I did not realize, like,
Yeah,
for some reason this entire time I thought y'all had come from Amperina.
Oh
no,
Nope,
Vic
just
and
me.
Vic and Hecate are both born and raised in Niflheim and have been stuck in this blockade their entire lives. All
It's
right.
a whole new world.
Wow,
Okay.
guys, probably sucked.
Oh wow, a whole new world. Yeah, it's kind of shit too. No.
no.
All right.
I don't know
so-
what you're doing back in the Forbidden East, but we have capitalism over here. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I can't believe
I'm a communist. I can't believe it.
Okay.
what.
So I had more, right? So I had more that I kind of needed to get to in order to get where I wanted to be for next session. It is, however, at least for me and one other person, 4 a.m. So I understand if we don't want to continue. I'll leave that up to you guys.
I'll admit
I
I'm
mean-
having a hard time paying attention because I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm like I've been actively yawning and trying not to for the past like hour.
I gotcha. Okay.
Extra session next week? Maybe.
I
Okay.
will also say I will be out of town for the next regularly scheduled session.
If it was rescheduled to perhaps Friday.
That is my best friend is getting married that Saturday. The rehearsal
Okay.
dinner is that Friday night.
Ah, I see.
So play D&D from the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah,
They'll
just-
understand.
yeah,
Bring
totally.
the laptop.
True.
Yeah, it kind of would kill me inside to have you miss the session where we go to your home continent. So I'm gonna say I can try to see if we can, I could probably delay my plans for one more session. Yeah, I think that's just what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so I think for now that is gonna be the end of. We're gonna conclude this session here, and now, and this time we won't have anything we'll have to recap, so we'll be able to make it finally to Amperina.
Woo!
Hooray!
All right. But that is going to be the end of the session for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
Thanks for the session.
Bye.